One of the safety issues with this lab is that you want to make sure that this is tightened down all the way. That you will note that there's a heavy spring in here, so you may need to adjust this ever so slightly. There are holes that the ball bearings fit into on this, and you want to make sure that it is very tight so that there's none of this wobble while you're running the experiment, as that could cause injuries with the rotating apparatus on top of it. So spend a moment to make sure that that is tight and in place. Make sure that that is tight and in place, and also make certain when you put the apparatus in the top that it is cranked down tightly, but not so tight. Don't crank it all the way so that it's so tight that you cannot get this back out. We have actually lost at least one of our machines due to that. This is Lab 6, Circular Motion. Today's lab, you need to be extra cautious if you're wearing any loose clothing, or if you have long hair, you might want to have it up in a ponytail and out of the way, because we will be dealing with fast spinning objects, and the last thing that we need is for anyone to get caught up in the rotating apparatus. The first thing that you're going to do is secure the spring force scale in the rotational motion apparatus. Then you'll go ahead and power it on and start it spinning. The idea is to get the RPMs on this to the proper point such that the needle points at the head of the pin. For the needle pointing at the pinhead, if you have too much mass or too much rotation, the needle is going to be pointing out like this. If you have too little mass or too little rotation, the needle will be down like this. When you get to the proper amount of mass or the proper rotation, the needle should look about like that. It may fluctuate above or below while you're doing the rotational portion, so be aware of that, but it should be within 1 or 2 revolutions of the equilibrium point when you get to that. You'll make a mark of the revolutions per minute that it is undergoing in order to have that speed, and then you will shut this off. After you have shut it off, you're going to secure your table planer to the table, your upright support, and a crossbar, and a double angle clamp to which you're going to stick your spring force apparatus. Then you're going to tie a piece of heavy-duty string to the bottom of the mass. Be sure that this knot is secure. You don't need much string, just enough to tie another loop in it. So that you can hang one of our large mass hangers from the bottom of your spring apparatus. You will then go ahead and add mass until you get, once again, the needle pointing to the head of the pin, and you will make note of how much mass there is there. Please be careful with this and make sure that your knots are secure so that we do not have any issues with these masses falling. As you can see right here, I have about 3.5 kilograms dangling from the bottom of this, and we want to be sure that there are no mishaps with that.